Hi, I'm Laura D. Pusey, the founder of Dipism, Death in Practice. And this is the channel where we are talking the teens on dying, death, life, and grief. Each week I answer a question and I say it as I see it because I've seen a lot. In the last video, I answered the question, what is the nervous system and how does it affect grief? If you have any questions about that video, or you want me to answer a question for you, send me an email at deathinpractice@gmail.com. Okay, let us now open the veil of luminescence. With the intention of infinite truths, by the pulse of sacred light, I call forth the veil of luminescence. I anchor this veil in sovereign light to transmute and contain all energetic imprints, attachments, and residues across all realms. The material plane, where grief etches into the body. The emotional plane, where sorrow swells and purges. The mental plane, where stories of loss seek resolution. The astral plane, where echoes of the departed linger. The interdimensional corridors, where ancestral and cosmic threads intertwine. The parallel universes, where grief and grace mirror each other. This veil, woven of remembrance and radiance, is encoded with clarity to discern what is yours and what is not. Containment to protect your field, compassion to honour the sacred work of grief, transmutation to alchemize pain into wisdom. Let this veil shimmer between worlds, holding space for the divinity of each soul, the teachings where presence dissolves suffering, the soul's awakening where death births depth, the healing where grief becomes grace. This veil is not a wall but a sacred membrane, allowing only what aligns with truth, love, and remembrance to pass through. By the breath of the infinite, by the pulse of the sacred, I seal this veil with sovereignty and light. Hey there, thank you for joining me for today's lecture. We've been putting the picture together of what grief looks like from the inside. There's a lot going on in our bodies. We are swirling, positively swirling with cortisol, dopamine, and oxytocin. We have other chemicals too that we're going to discuss, like serotonin. But following on from the nervous system, we're now going to look into the vagus nerve. How exciting! This really matters because we are getting deeper understanding of who we are and how we are impacted when someone we love dies. We never think of the bigger picture. We just think that we cry for a bit and then life goes on. If you've been watching, I think you'll agree that there is a lot more to it. The problem is that we don't consider the technicals and no one explains it to us. We've been led to believe that the science is all complicated and beyond us. But I think this deeper look into ourselves is a step toward grieving with awareness and helping those we love to understand, overstand, and understand this natural and normal process. So, what is the vagus nerve? Well, it's the longest cranial nerve in your body. It runs from your brainstem down through your face and throat, continuing down through the heart, lungs, and digestive system. The vagus nerve is a major part of your parasympathetic nervous system, the system responsible for calm, rest, and recovery. Think of it as a communication highway between your brain and your body, especially for signals related to safety and emotional regulation. Grief strongly impacts the vagus nerve because it disrupts your sense of safety and connection. The vagus nerve helps your body decide, am I safe? After the death of someone you have been close to, your system may register the world as less safe. As a result, the vagus nerve becomes less effective at calming you, which can then lead to anxiety or unease, trouble relaxing, or feeling like you are on the edge. There's a branch of the vagus nerve that is linked to our normal shut-down response. When things feel overwhelming, we can experience emotional numbness, low energy, or a sense of heaviness. Some people find they feel disconnected or are not fully there. This is completely natural. It's your body's way of protecting you when the pain is just too much. Did you know the vagus nerve connects your heart and your chest? That ache in your chest during grief is physiologically real. Changes in heart rate and breathing are influenced by your vagal activity. This is why I say that our grief is a head, heart, body, soul, everything. This is everything. Your whole body is going through a process. It's not a matter of, oh, well, I miss them, or, oh, well, I've been crying and I don't know why and I wish I would stop. No, your whole body is grieving. It has to do this. And the vagus nerve also connects to your throat and your vocal cords. That explains the lump in your throat feeling and difficulty speaking about the death. I was speaking to someone recently and I boldly declared that I love making people cry. I'm a big fan of it because it is a release mechanism. It can actually help regulate the nervous system. I speak more about crying in lecture 9. What if I break down and cry? Check it out. When you're done crying, drink some water. That has benefits for you too, as you replenish your juicy eye juice. Cry first though, because you can't cry and drink water at the same time. Also, and more importantly, this is something that we often forget to do. Breathe. When we are grieving, we may notice changes in our digestion because the vagus nerve links to your gut. So you can find yourself experiencing a loss of appetite or a desire to overeat. You may also find yourself feeling nauseous or having stomach discomfort. This is why grief often affects our eating habits. But one of the most important roles of the vagus nerve is social connection. Safe interaction through kind voices, eye contact, and touch activates the calming vagal pathway, and this helps bring your system out of stress and shut down. This overlaps with oxytocin, which, as we have discussed in lecture 26, reinforces feelings of safety and bonding. Now, a deeper reason why we experience those waves of grief is also down to the vagus nerve. It swings between anxiety and stress, causing overwhelm. We shut down due to numbness, and we can find ourselves in moments of calm due to the vagus nerve. Your nervous system is constantly trying to find balance, and the vagus nerve is central to why grief feels so physical and unpredictable. In short, it links your emotions, body, and sense of safety. It influences your heart, breath, voice, and gut, and it helps to determine whether you feel overwhelmed, numb, or supported. Grief isn't just about missing someone, it's your entire system trying to adjust to a world that suddenly feels less safe and less connected. When someone you love dies, the vagus nerve is part of the very natural process, assisting your body to slowly relearn a new sense of safety, connection, and stability. Okay, so this is the end of another short lecture, and that's the furthest that I can go right now. But you can continue the education by doing your own research and sharing what you learn alongside this video with those that you love. Talk to your friends and family members, and most importantly, the children, because everyone needs connection, but even more so when someone has died. Okay. This is enough for now. I really hope that these lectures are helping not just you, but those you know and love. If you have any thoughts about anything in this video and you need to share your thoughts with me, then let me know at deathinpractice@gmail.com. Please state clearly whether or not any of your email can be shared. If you would like a one-to-one with myself or one of my grief practitioners, contact us at Dipism. That's www.dipism.com. The workbooks Tapestries of Grief and My Life's Tapestry are available on Amazon, and the basic Dipism End of Life course that helps you to assist those at the end of their lives, and the Dipism Cultural Grief Awareness course that helps you to assist those who are grieving are both now available online. If someone you know needs to see this video or would benefit from end of life or grief services, don't be an obstruction. Share the video far and wide. You never know who is struggling, thinking that they are abnormal as their bodies continue their normal processes. Again, I say, remember the children, because just as we have no idea what's going on inside, imagine what they're going through. This is all very new to them too. Okay? They are learning to understand the basics of life. When somebody that they love dies on top of that, this can be something that affects them now and in future decades to come. Please remember that all of my links are in the description box below. And now, let us close the veil of luminescence. Hey there! Before we close the veil of luminescence, I need your help. We now have the Grief and Loss Community Group CIC, which is a community interest company. I've set this up because our grief is in a bad way and we need something that is for us and by us to help us to understand our grief and gain an awareness of death in a more uplifting way. If you resonate with these videos and want to get involved with the national Grief and Loss Community Group, please reach out through the Grief and Loss Community Group at gmail.com. With our support and funding, you could set up a grief hub in your area or train to become a Dipism end-of-life guide or peer support grief practitioner. We need you and those approaching death or are grieving the death of a loved one. They need you too, just as you are. Contact us. By the breath of the infinite, by the pulse of the sacred, I honour the veil of luminescence now fulfilled. This veil, once summoned to transmute and contain, has held the field with clarity, compassion, and sovereign light. As the teachings settle and the soul integrates, I call forth the sacred closure of this veil across all realms. On the mental plane, let the body rest in renewal. On the emotional plane, let sorrow soften into spaciousness. On the mental plane, let stories find stillness. On the astral plane, let echoes return to source. Through interdimensional corridors, let threads untangle. Across spheres and planetary systems, allow contracts to be honoured and released. Let all residues now return to their rightful place, dissolved, dispersed, or transmuted by sovereign light. Let the veil fold inward, encoded with discernment to preserve what is true, containment to seal what is sacred, compassion to cradle what remains tender, and wisdom to carry forth what has been alchemized. This veil is reabsorbed into the soul's archive, a luminous record of presence, grief, and transformation. By the breath of the infinite, by the pulse of the sacred, I seal this veil with sovereignty and light.